So, for those watching on,
A bolt of rock.
if I had a cannon now, I would set it off. For those standing and watching, Negan sitting in front of Blackwood as Blackwood arrogantly raises his head and his neck to expose the strike area for Negan, and he grins. And Negan, taking both his axes, you hear the slice of metal on metal, the whirl of the air as the axe cuts through, the slice and the spray. For anyone that's close enough would actually receive blood near them or on them as it sprays against the back wall. The head stays in place for a moment, the eyes rolling, then the head, and it falls, and it lands with a solid thump onto the wooden floor of Trollskull Manor. And Negan, you stand there, blood-soaked axes, looking down at the headless corpse of Bran Blackwood.
I just want to get my axes and look obviously at what I've done, and then just rub my axes on his coat or jacket, wherever he's wearing, to get the blood off. Yes. Right, just wipe my axes on him, put him away. And I just sort of look around and then look at everyone else. There's a bit of blood on my face, and I just say, "Where should we put the body?"
So we might need a mop and bucket.
I am currently on the balcony upstairs. I do not know.
Yeah, you keep an eye out there. I'm gonna go over to the body and see what Blackwood's got on him. Find out any
Jesus
might be finding
fucking
any
Christ.
clues.
I'm going upstairs to see Thorin.
Loot that body. Loot that body.
Okay. Yeah, it's like you moving away from the scene, you head up into the corridor above, into the long room where Frederick's been staying, this sort of long sort of boardroom, games room type room that's there, and then out into the open air of the balcony. Patting him down, you can see that the armour isn't an illusion. It never changed, it remained the same. And you reach in behind what is the sort of back of the armour, it's the leather armour, studded armour itself, and just sort of have a good feel around the back. Various pockets and whatever else. And there's not anything there. This has just been donned for a purpose. And as you pause, 1 second actually, just so I get this right. Yeah, as you reach around, you sort of go through the pockets themselves. You find that the only real item on there is a book. It's small, about this big, but really quite thick. It's almost too thick for the size of book that that it is. It's leather, soft leather. The pages are soft and worn, so if you hold it, it would just open at a page, it would just fold open. It would just bend easy in your hands. And you see that the front cover of the book has a golden crown across it.
Do I, any writing? Do I recognise it at all?
Just sort of opening the book up and sort of seeing in the first sort of couple of pages. The first page simply reads the Lord's Alliance. And as you start to flick through the book, you can sort of see that there's various references to the Lord's Alliance and the Code of Honours and various things like that as you start to just flick through the pages.
I think this book was probably Sildar's. I don't think this is good news. We need to start getting this shit cleared up.
I don't quite understand. Can you explain the significance of this book? Just witnessed a beheading. I'm a little bit confused right now.
Who he came in here as, Sildar, who we introduced you to him as, clearly that isn't who he was. Sildar's certainly a friend of the group, if maybe not quite yet a friend of mine, but he's been helping these folks, been helping Negan with Thorin. If he's disguising as him and he's wearing his sort of armour, he's got potentially his book. Sildar was a member of the Lord's Alliance, that was his thing. And I'm worried that Sildar isn't a sticky.
That is not good.
Let's get a
Where does that leave us?
Okay, let's start trying to clean this up and decide what we're going to do. We've got Umbero's Astro on the way here to I don't know, I suppose we're going to confess to this maybe, or at least tell him what we know, but yeah. Blackwood's got a lot of blood on his hands, it's not just Sildar. No one really miss him in a way, but isn't technically the rule of law, is it? This is our own brand of justice. Negan, no offence, you did what I believe you had to do. Let's see what Bizzle and Thorin make of it and try and come up with a plan before he gets here, but we should at least not make it look like a total bloodbath.
Okay, where's the mop? Where's the cleaning utensils? And I'll get started on this.
Kind of direct. Something probably behind the bar or down the cellar. You can start having a go on that. And I'll use a bit of shape water cantrip to try and congeal stuff and swirl it a little bit. Yeah.
Scoop and drop. Yeah, you're sort of looking at the mess, and yeah, it's a bit of a. It's the bodies in the back of the car in Pulp Fiction. You know what I mean, there's quite a bit of gore on the floor, and as you guys start to mill around, see what you can do to try and clean it up, it's like you walk out onto the balcony and see Thorin.
Yeah, walk out onto the balcony, thinking about the book I once read called Dexter. And I say to Thorin, it's like, well, that was a gruesome ending. Blackwood's dead. He's got no head.
That was always the way it was going to go.
Yeah. Just maybe not on our own doorstep. Might have not been the best shot, but it is what it is. Any sign of Not anything.
Any sign of anybody coming our way yet?
No, not that you can. No, not that you can see.
No, not yet. How did he go?
How did he go?
Yeah.
On his knees, with a prayer, very much like the doppelganger.
Okay. Well, Magister's on his way, and he'll want an explanation.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be the easiest to just get away with this one completely, but we'll just have to give it a go.
Well, maybe make it look like we had quite the fight down there. And this was just the end of the fight.
About to say we had a fight before. What was the place like after we'd left it from the initial?
What do you mean?
Well, we had a fight beforehand, didn't we?
He didn't do us any damage, did he? But we're
Yeah, I just don't know if we fucked anything up.
a bit not.
No, nothing that can't be straightened out.
I think it might be easier to explain defending ourselves rather than an execution.
Maybe. I think we need to get. I think we need to get Tavis out of here to start with. I think regardless of what happens, I think we could get him, doing some things, doing some research. So, I'll say they're going to be here soon. There's nothing we can do. You may as well come back in and help with what we've got downstairs.
Alright, follow you down.
And head back downstairs.
Okay. On your way past, you see that Frederick's coming out of another room. And he sees you as the. Is everything alright down there? Do you need me to do anything?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, Frederick. We had someone. Do you remember Sildar? I don't know if you do or you don't. We had someone come to the tavern impersonating Sildar. Do you remember a little while ago the Copper District, the sickness and the plague and all that stuff that was going on down there?
I heard a rumour down there, yeah.
Yeah, well, the culprit of that is currently lying on the floor downstairs with no head. So it's been a bit of a rough day. But equally, I don't need to get involved in anything you don't want to get involved in. So if you'd rather stay up here, and by all means do so. But I'm pretty sure that we could do with some help downstairs, possibly cleaning up.
Then if you need help, then I'm here to help. And he starts heading towards the stairs. Back downstairs, you can see that there are 3 that are already down there. Well, 2. Negan's watching on. Are starting to do their best to gather blood and Morthos. You've managed to find a bit of a mop and whatever else you need, some water just to try and start cleaning things up. Thorin, you're seeing this scene now for the first time.
How'd you feel, Negan?
I feel nothing. I just I worry about Sildar now. And I sort of look across at Tavis and say, Tavis, can I have that book?
Yeah, sure. I think it is still that. It's got the Lord's Alliance written in it. It's like his handbook or whatever. Like, it doesn't look good, guys.
Where did you get that?
It's on the body. It was tucked in his armor, his robes.
So that is Sildar's armor.
I think Blackwood's killed him.
Is there any way of finding out if your friend is still alive? A message, or do Do we know where he resides?
We've got some
I'll be-
contacts. We could try and find Jallister, maybe.
Look, I'll be able to find out first thing tomorrow morning if he's alive or not.
Are we going to try and hide this
Until
body, or are
then-
we going to tell the Magister?
At the end of the day, the guard saw us walking away with his body towards here. I don't know whether we can hide it or not. The only other thing that I can think of is maybe using some of your skills, Tavis. You've got the ability to disguise yourself.
Yeah, I can just about still do that today.
I don't know. Maybe that's something that we can utilise now, maybe to get us out of this sticky situation with the Magister, but potentially could take you away. Or we can just fess up to what we've got and maybe see if we can use you to infiltrate the castle hunters and maybe try and get some information about what the fuck actually is going on.
Who would I disguise myself as now for the Magister turn up?
Well, if we could hide the body, you could disguise yourself as Blackwood so at least show he's alive. But the
Right.
chances they'd probably just take you away, so maybe we just fess up to the body.
Yeah, isn't he really wanted for like crimes against the city?
Yeah, well, let's hope that wanted's dead or alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, could we not make this place look like there was a huge fight and he went down trying to attack us?
I mean, I'm a bit banged up already from that ooze and things that we found when we were heading down to the crypt. So, I think,
I mean, it's gonna be a hard sell. They, I don't know if they saw Blackwood down. You know, Blackwood is an inch of death anyway. So
they weren't that close
Seems
to
like
us,
it's
though.
worth
or
a shot.
Blackwood.
They
I
didn't.
don't
They
know.
saw
They didn't see
they saw
you guys.
Thorin high up in the sky, didn't they?
They spoke to me above the rooftops.
This guy
Do
is
we have
probably
another
watching
plan?
us anyway, isn't he? Maybe it's safer to just be honest.
well, the plan is lie or tell the truth.
This guy's got a lot of power, right? He'll
Had.
probably just have us locked up again. Not Blackwood. Thostra.
No. I don't know. We can have that when he comes.
Maybe that was the wrong call, getting him down here.
Well, I don't know. At the time, I thought maybe we'd have more of a conversation, but yeah.
Is there any way you can still speak to Blackwood?
Yeah, I could speak to him tomorrow, but
Or
he doesn't. You probably won't get much more out of him than what we've got. I think the best bet is getting you in there. Do what he, play the trick on them. He came
Yeah.
in here as Sildar.
I'll go in there as Blackwood.
You go in there as Blackwood.
We need to know as much as we can about Blackwood at that point, because I've got to go in and try and carry out being
Well,
him.
Well, I don't know.
I think seeing is believing in this case. I think we need to come up with a solution pretty quickly. How long have we got until this
Well,
Magistrar gets down there?
the Magistrate's going to be down today. Come up with a quick plan. I don't know whether it's best wait for the Magistrate to get down here, have a chat with them, try and smooth things out, rest up
To be
tonight.
honest, it doesn't look good in here, does it? Old
No.
Dragonborn's done a pretty good job of decapitating this guy, and rightly so. But it doesn't reflect very well on us.
Well, let's be honest, we met in prison, so things don't look very good anyway. But we've got what we've got.
That's-
We need to come up with a plan.
And that's exactly my point.
Well, we'll cross that bridge as and when we get to it. I think we need to put something to the Magistrats for when they get here, so that at least we look like we've got something going on in order. So unless anyone's got any ideas, I've got our plan, which is maybe smooth things over tonight, rest up, Tavis. you go to the Castellances first thing tomorrow morning. Disguise yourself, you know, run in, bit of a sweat, panting, you know. Say you need to see the Castellances, tell them you found it, you found us. You need to come now. Try and draw them out, away from their turf, onto somewhere where we can be waiting for them.
An ambush.
Do you think it's worth? I mean, I don't know if you want to be here when the Magister gets here, but we could have a couple of people leave just in case he decides to take us into custody. At least then it's not all of us.
It's not a bad shout. If I was to go in there tomorrow, would you want to come along for him? Maybe hidden.
Maybe, yeah.
You've got, if things go south for me and it doesn't work out, you've got some abilities that could get us out of Dodge.
Listen, if I'm being honest, the people that need to not be here at the moment is probably you, Tavis. Probably take Negan with you. It's probably worth him not being here. And maybe Thorin as well. And then at least tomorrow, if you can get into the Castellances, maybe draw them away from where they are, try and draw them to where the gold is, where they think it is. And then in the meantime, me and Morphos will speak to the Magistrar, try and smooth things over, try and let them know what plan we've got, and maybe get them involved to help with trying to ambush and take the Castellances into custody. If it runs deeper than this, you know, with the Lords of the City, then we'll just have to pull it out by the roots.
Yeah. Try and figure out how much we're authorised to do with regards to the Castellantes. They're a big, powerful family. If we set up an ambush for them and just have a go at them, we've not even had a conversation with them yet about any of this. Asmodeus, the fact that we've got some of the gold. Yeah, we just.
Yeah.
If our plan is draw them out and assault them in the street.
I didn't say assault them, I said draw them out and ambush them. Ambush them, we can corner them, speak to them.
Okay. I thought you meant like an army tactical ambush situation.
Well, yeah, it's a tactical ambush. We can capture them, speak to them, interrogate them, get answers. You know, try and get the Magistrar involved as well. Because if this thing is bigger than them, and it involves, you
This
know,
thing's huge. Yeah.
and it's through the city, then maybe getting the law on side is maybe the way to go. It might be the wrong thing to do. They could be infiltrated, and the city's doomed.
You know, maybe the law's on their side.
On that point, obviously, I'm affiliated now and a part of Force Grey. I feel like I've decided, since we told Umbra or Zastro basically what we told him and he let us out of prison, I feel like I should tell Mulleen, I should report back, tell them what we know. I think I can't, whatever way this happens, whatever goes down, Mulloon's given me a chance. They have power, they investigate corruption in the city, that's what they're there for. I think I need to tell them. So I think if I'm going to leave now with Negan and Thorin or however it goes, I think I'm going to head and try and speak to Mulloon, or it might not be Mulloon, but there's power there, there's opportunity there, and I think I'm nervous about doing it because I don't know who we can trust. My instinct says that's what I've got. I've got my instincts, and that's all I can trust. I think like it's time that I told them what I know and see what action they propose or what help or support they might offer, because we can do some pretty cool things, but we're talking about potentially the Lord of the Nine Hells and the full weight of bureaucracy of Waterdeep, and I don't know that we can get around all that. But I would like your guys' opinion before I go and do that, because it's a big step and it incriminates us all.
I think we need to have an idea of what we want to do as a plan first. I don't mind getting other people involved. That's what we feel we need to do. But I don't think at this point we can go and wait for people to make decisions for us.
So the plan is, I think, as you kind of said, is that then if I head there tomorrow, try and lead them out. Whether or not I'll even get close enough to speak to the main people.
Well, it's one of those. It's
We
not
can
their
say
plan.
that that's the plan, and it can't. We?
It's
We can say
our plan. If anyone else has got any ideas, then please, by all means, say it. I mean, it sounds like Blackwood was the Castellan's right-hand man. He was
Yeah.
sent here, or has come of his own device to find out information, to let the Castellan's know where the gold was. Now, if you go back in to their villa, you know, dressed as Blackwood, with the armor that he was wearing and the book that he had, you know, telling them that you know where the gold is, but it's not going to be there long and we need to come immediately. You know, we've just got to kind of hope that, you know, they come themselves. They may send, you know,
underlings. Yeah.
yeah. And if that's the case, then, you know, we've got sending stones, use them. And whilst the bulk of their force comes to the ambush point, then we'll just leave the ambush point and go to them. Either way, they'll be weakened because they won't have as many people there. Either they come to us or they send their underlings to us, leaving minimal force at the house, and we can go there instead.
Yeah, I like it.
Does anyone know what the Castellan's look like?
Yeah, we've met them before. We were at the race that I nearly won. They
Okay.
were the host and
Remind-
hostess.
That's a story I've got to
Oh.
hear at another time.
Yeah, maybe for another time.
You know, but what time is it now, please? Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock.
Okay, so we've got what, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours till sundown. Potentially the Magistrate is going to be here in a minute. We need to potentially find a place that we can ambush them.
Is the body a similar size to Tavis's stature?
Yeah, I would
Mike.
say it was of average height. Yeah, I would say it was of average height.
Get him out of that armor. You can put mine on.
So we can put this to the Magistrates. I mean, I'm thinking of potential places that we can possibly do an ambush. I mean, what do you think about the Centauran place in the old city, in the graveyards, the mausoleums?
Could work. It's got a portal that leads to the Growlhunds. They support the Castellan's, that might not be beneficial.
But the Growlhunds are all dead.
Well, Lady Growlhund and her bodyguard, and I don't know if they're going to be amassing forces again. They're not dead. I don't know where that's up to with the Zentaran.
Let's think on it tonight, and then we'll plan it in the morning. I think we might be able to think of somebody that they've also hurt and maybe help us.
What are we doing with Blackwood's body?
I'd say leave it here for the Magister to bear witness to.
But if it goes the wrong way, they try to take it. All I'm saying is we can take the body now, put it somewhere else.
I'd say
And clean it
Blackwood was
up.
here, but he left.
Yeah, and then that would help obviously with also Tavis when he changes. If anyone else notices him while he's out, it adds to the story that he was here, but he's gone.
Yeah.
And where are you gonna put the dead body?
Take it in your room.
Put it in the portable hole.
Which is full of gold.
Fall.
Yeah, we'll put some of the gold in the bag of holding.
I can look after some of that gold.
Not that one. But yeah, I think the better option is to hide the body. Because other than that, our next priority is obviously the party. So we need to be obviously all for that. Someone's getting taken down. We're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Being a man
I think. Do you know what, guys? I think we need to act before the party. I think Isla's onto something with the trying to get at least a dialogue with them. It feels like we're heading towards this party and it's going to be a huge throwdown, but it could already be too late by then. If we're trying to save these people and prevent this deal by going down, we're waiting to the very last minute to do it. We still know next to nothing about. We just haven't had like an encounter with the Castellans to even know. We've potentially stopped them making their deal because we've got such a chunk of the gold that they can't succeed in making that deal with Asmodeus right now.
Right, let's get this this portable hole on the go, because if we're gonna go, we're gonna have to leave soon.
And the portable hole that's full of gold.
Yeah, we'll empty some out into the bag of holding.
Yeah, and what if the magistrate turns up in the next 10 minutes while we've got a big fucking pot of gold sat in the middle of the fucking tavern?
What's your other plan?
Well, I'll take the body upstairs. Morthos can carry on cleaning until he's cleaned it up. I'll take it up and put it upstairs, and then we can do the swap upstairs. They come round.
I know it's a bit cliche, but can we not just put it in the cellar in the place where we found the shield?
I'll take it down there then.
If you're gonna hide the body, I don't necessarily think. I think we'll get caught out. I mean, look at it, it's like fucking bloodbath in here. But we can certainly try.
Do you want it clean?
I think that's the better option. If they try and take some of us away, it all falls to shit.
So, Thorin, that line that you used before, when you said Blackwood was here but now he's not, that is a perfect line for anybody talking to the magistrate to use, because it is not a lie. If they're using any magic to detect that,
yeah.
use that.
Right, well, I'll start cleaning this place up. But if we're going, we need to get going quick, because I don't think he'll hang around.
Do you need to stay because you asked them to come?
No, you say I chased after him.
Right.
While they're chatting, I'm just going to grab Blackwood's body and his head. Just obviously take it round the back of the bar and down into the cellar.
And I'll start using prestige.
Yeah, as you're going, it's like holding a paint tin with holes in the bottom. You're just trailing blood on your way around the bar as you're going.
Morthos.
Can I just get a log out? Can I get a log out?
Yeah, I can see that. Thank you, Dragonborn.
So what? Sorry, you're getting a log out of where? Sorry.
Just get the log out the fire and cauterize the neck.
Yeah. Taking hold of the no, there's pincers and things like that. Yeah, you get a really strong, pungent smell of the flesh as it's cauterizing, and it would take you 2 logs to do the head and the neck, which are both leaking, which is causing a really sort of foul smell, almost like you're frying off offal.
God damn, that smells good.
Yeah. As you're sniffing the air, Frederick, politely but firmly takes the mop out of your hands, Morthos, into the bucket, and he starts to scrub, and straight away you can see that he's cleaning in a much better fashion than you were.
Is the door still locked to the troll skull, or is it open?
It was open. No, I can't remember whether it's locked it or not when you came in.
No, I don't remember.
If it isn't, Tavis, can you just go to the door and just see if you can see anyone coming up and down the street? The door's unlocked. Lock it. Just have a look just to see if we got. And then I'm going to take the body down now, with obviously it cauterized now. So take the head down, the body down, and where Ulfgar found the shield, stuff the body in there.
Yeah, I'll go to the door, have a little left and right, look outside, see what I can see, and then go to lock it.
Just roll perception check for Tavis.
3.
Yeah, you can't see anything. No sign yet.
Lock the door then. Yeah, so.
I want to come back upstairs and then just wash my hands, wash my face, anything that I feel like may have got spray on it.
Yeah, your front of your armor is pretty marred, but you know you've had your share of scrapes, so giving it a wipe over and a clean across the leather straps and things like that, it makes you look presentable.
Yeah.
So, body away in the cellar. Frederick cleaning. Let's have a look.
I'm helping with the cleaning with prestidigitation.
Okay.
And me with shape water.
Okay. Okay. Okay, it's you're getting towards sort of being finished, and you start to hear whistles from the street. There is still blood on the wall. There is still the smell of blood in the room. But as you look out, you can see that there are gathering Griffin cavalry in the air, swooping and sort of moving like in a bit of a circular pattern. And as the minutes tick by, you can see coming up the road is a wagon covered, drawn by 2 horses, and it reaches a stop outside of the tavern. As you look out from the rear of the cabin, steps Umbro's Astro, as he sort of makes his way up the stone steps, a few stone steps to the oak door of Trollskull Manor, and then he gives a large knock.
Looks like
There
none of
isn't
us
a
are
back
leaving.
door to the manor, is there?
No, there is a yard, but it's closed off. It's like a self-contained. There's buildings all around the back.
How's your magical reserves doing?
Tapped.
Tapped. Alright, time to face the music. Still a mess in here. I think we just tell the truth.
We had a fight.
Let's just see how this all pans out.
While
All of us on the door.
while you're talking, there's another tap at the door, another knock.
I'll go open the door.
Yeah, you see Zumbro standing there. He's a young elf, well presented, quite a handsome face. And
Before he comes in, I'm going to head upstairs if we can.
okay, that's who's opening the door. Thorin.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, and just sort of hearing the light and almost inaudible footsteps of Tavis as he makes his way upstairs, you open the door and you see before you Umbro.
Thanks for coming. Please step inside.
Yep. He sort of looks round. Oh, I must admit, being summoned here, normally people come to see me. He sort of walks in and has a look round, sort of checking the faces that's before him. So that would be Thorin, Isla, Negan, Morthos, Frederick. each one of you in turn. So, what do I owe the pleasure of being summoned here? He looks at you, Thor.
Please step inside and we'll tell you everything.
Yeah, he walks in.
Can I get you a drink?
Well, I am technically still on duty, but I'm sure a small one won't hurt. Can I take a seat, or are you sort of looking round at the wall where the body once was, and sort of carries on looking round?
I'll pick up one of the knocked over stools and brush it off and offer it to him.
Thank you.
Frederick, any
I
chance
must
of a
say
nail?
it. Yeah, whatever's going. Oh yeah. Smells a bit funny in here. Have you been cooking?
Frederick does like to cook up a storm.
And Fred just nodding. I'll get that drink. And he sort of walks off to the bar. You sort of hear him grab this porcelain cup as he starts to pour from the tap. He comes over and he places it down. Can I get anyone else a drink? Or
I'll have a drink.
Go on then,
I'll get
Frederick.
drinks. And he just sort of heads back off, seemingly looking like he wants to be busy. So, what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, as you can see, we've had quite the evening. We were hoping that Bram Black would still be here when you got here, but he managed to escape.
Blackwood, you say?
Yeah.
He was here.
He was disguised as one of our friends. We worry for our friend's fate.
I'd worry more for yourself if he knows who your friends are and where you reside. Where's he now?
I don't know. He has strange magic and he just vanished.
Can you roll a... Yeah, roll a deception.
So can I want to be keeping an eye on the Magidor's face as well, kind of see how he's reacting to what's being said and if he's buying it or not.
And I want to sit. I want to sit down in the
25.
chair where Black was.
Natural 18.
Okay. Well, I'm listening.
Yeah, he was disguised as our friend Sildar. He had his armor on, and he was talking to us about what had been going on and just general chit chat. And something just wasn't quite right.
Okay. Oh, so when did you establish that it was Blackwood?
It wasn't me that established it. He mistaken me as somebody else.
Okay. So who did establish it?
It was me.
He turns and faces you, Negan. Okay, so where is he now? What happened?
There was a bit of a fight, pushing. Words said, and then like that, he vanished.
He scarpered because he's a cowardly piece of shit.
Okay. I'd need either both of you to roll deception checks, or I'll allow you to Negan to roll with advantage.
What do you want to do, big man?
12. So can I roll again?
Yeah, with him chirping in on collaborating with your story, I'll allow the advantage on it.
18.
So then what happened?
We ran out into the street, sort of looked either way that we could see him, did a bit of a chase, but obviously being in contact with Blackwood before, he's very slippery, very good at getting away, unfortunately.
Well, not being members of the law, the watch, or the city guard, you're in quite the predicament. Fugitive or not, the man's still a lord.
Surely,
Well-
Certain niceties must always be observed.
surely he
He was-
loses any such niceties when he's wanted.
Yes, he's wanted, but he's still allowed a certain measure of respect through being a
Well-
lord.
He came in here looking exactly like one of our friends, but then start causing an argument.
Find it.
Things he was saying.
Look, I understand and I agree. However, from the law and the city, he is still a lord, and we have to be careful. You have to be careful. Okay, so he managed to give you the slip. Where was he heading? What was he doing? What did he want? Why was he here?
Well,
We don't.
we told you about the Castellantas, the Castellanta party. He was fishing for
Yes.
information.
And what kind of information was he fishing for?
Whether we were going to be doing anything to stop it.
Pardon my ignorance, but why would he be coming here to ask you that? Why would they be concerned over what you were doing?
I'm sure you're not the only person that's noticed that we've been getting him involved in matters that necessarily don't belong to us.
Oh, I'm starting to see the picture. But the Castellantas are very well protected. They are lords. I understand the predicament that we're all in. I'm just trying to keep us on the right side of the fine line. Okay, so he wanted to know more about what you were planning. He's then exposed himself. You've given chase. He's escaped.
I'm worried.
You realise you've brought me all the way up here for what?
Well, we thought we had him subdued. We thought that we would still have him in custody when you arrived.
And how did you manage to subdue him?
Throughout the battle, we managed to weaken him, or so we thought. But like I said, he just vanished. One minute he was there, and the next he wasn't. Never seen anything like it. And
Oh, he's a slippery fish.
a lot slipperier than I thought. I'm worried about who he may masquerade as next.
And that's why I threw him message to get you here. To try and sort it.
So you could take him into custody.
As we know he's a lord, we wouldn't want to cause any problems.
Especially after you were so gracious to allow us our freedom once before.
Hoo, 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 hoo. Make a persuasion check.
You still got inspiration? Does that go from game to game or just battle?
Yeah, he's got inspiration now.
19.
Do I, or is that more of a joke?
Well, flattery will get you everywhere, and I suppose I can take that into consideration, being as you've removed me from my office and made me travel half of the city just to get here to find out this, I don't know, ghost story.
It was our intention that you would be taking him with you.
And isn't
Yeah,
it also
understood.
part of your job to carry this sort of thing out, regardless of whether there's somebody here or not?
Sorry, am I being told my job now?
How's the ale?
I'm just
He just sort of glares at you, Morthos. Don't forget, you still have a debt to pay, and quite
Oh.
frankly, I'm surprised that you're in this room with these. And to be honest, he looks at Isla, Thorin Negan. I held you in higher esteem. Okay.
Can I just say what
I don't
was
advise.
planning to do? Oh, sorry, Daryl. Please.
What's that? Sorry.
I was just going to say what my plan was with Tavis, but I thought he was pausing. So.
May I advise that we keep this piece of information solely to ourselves for now?
I think that'd be wise.
Are we allowed to call you again if Blackwood again?
You may. I don't really suggest using the cavalry guard to do it. Maybe something a bit more, I don't know, subtle.
Sure we have anything like that at our disposal?
I can see that we're at a problem here, and he reaches into a pouch, and you sort of see that he takes out a couple of sheaves of paper, and he places the paper on the table. Messages have a way of finding their way to me. Cryptic would be best.
How many pages are there?
4. You recognise the size and colour of the paper.
Yeah, we've seen them before.
Nighttime is best, but in emergency, obviously anything will do.
And what are these called? Just for me writing them down.
Just paper birds, aren't they?
Paper birds. Okay.
Yeah, paper bird.
And are these programmed to go to a particular person, or can we send them to anyone?
You can send them to anyone, but you've just got to write the name on them.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sure these will be very useful.
Well, I look forward to hearing from you. If I hear anything, I will let you know. I assume this is your tavern.
It is.
Should be nice when it's finished. And with that, he drains the rest of his cup. He puts it down.
So before you go, the Castlancers have got the party tomorrow night. We mentioned about the possibility of a lot of people getting poisoned. killed, and even the potential for a devil or something similar to show its face. Is there anything in place that we can, you need help with? Is there a plan in place to save these people?
I've considered our options, and they are not favourable. In all honesty, I'm not really certain how much help I can be with the party. I know that sounds like it's a coward's answer, but their influence.
Well, I'll say this with as much respect as possible. You're the law. We've come to you with information. And it doesn't seem that you're acting upon it. So, with all due respect, and we will try and save these people.
I have a person that I can speak to. I'll see what I can do. And you see that his face is flushed around the cheek. You've wounded him a little bit.
Good. I'll say, I'm not going to sit here and apologise for something that I haven't done yet. But if I can save 99 souls, and I've got to hurt someone else, then I will do it. I'll face the consequences, but I will do the right thing. By this city, and by my honour. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck what the law says when it comes to that.
He sort of gives you, he just gives you a nod. I can say that I have underestimated your integrity. And for that I apologise. And I will see what I can do to help. This is a tight situation for everyone. And if we're wrong, the consequences can be grave. And if we fail, the consequences can be worse. Hence why I've already given my admission of cowardice. But if you can be brave, then I can be brave too. And I will ask the question.
Give him like a fervent nod.
He double taps his cup onto the table and he stands. Okay. You know how to contact me.
Thank you again
He
for
nods.
coming.
And he turns to the door where his carriage is waiting outside. Moments later, you hear the carriage pulling away along the cobbles and away from Troll Skull.
Did the Griffin Guard leave with him?
From what you can see, there are no Griffin Guard. It looked like it was just an escort here.
Okay.
You don't know if they're in wider circles, just from what you can see.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's a good job I did not talk to him, because I would have fucking told him everything.
I think that went as
Well, I
well
think
as we could have gone.
Yeah, I think we've got a little bit of play.
We didn't press for too many details, thankfully.
And he still thinks Blackwood's alive.
Well, we think. No, we think he thinks that.
I mean,
Just about,
if he turns out to not be on our side, then that's also useful.
Just to go back,
I think if
when
you-
I headed up the stairs, Darryl, my plan would have been to pop Saw out and have him outside, just having a little look around and see how much guard had come with Umbro's Astro, but for Tavis to stay like on the stairs around the corner, so hopefully in earshot, and spend a little bit of time in Saw and then a little bit of time piecing together the conversation, so I'd have known probably when he left.
Yeah, having taken a bit of a sweep and a dive and around the carriage, it actually looks like the carriage isn't a formal one at all, and more that he'd just come in a higher carriage. So nothing too flashy. From soaring above with Saw, again the Griffin Guard once arrived started to move in wider circles.
Yeah,
But yeah, you'd have still had an ear out.
pop downstairs and say he came fairly clandestine. He wasn't on official business, and he's obviously keeping all of these discussions just between us and him. And on one hand, that bodes really well because it makes me think like he kind of believes us. He's got a bit of trust there. He didn't press too closely, did he, about Blackwood? On the other hand, if he's on the corrupt side, he knows that this powerful family are planning to murder 99 people and steal embezzled gold that belongs to the city a ginormous amount. And his ultimate decision is to do nothing about it. And he knows that we know, but we must not tell anybody else.
Just one sec.
He has no proof of it though.
He's not even
Yep.
looking into it.
But it sounds like he's more afraid of lords than anything else.
We know this city is run by Shadow Lords.
Maybe that's the problem.
I'm going to tell Malone or Force Grey if you guys are cool with it. I think their whole existence is to weed out corruption.
I'm not against that. How about you, Isla? Are you against that?
No, do you, man?
I also think if there's anybody else who might help us, any contacts, any friends, now's the time to reach out.
Sorry about that.
So, do we want to? Shall I go tonight? Try find Maloon or whoever, the Black Staff even at the portal.
It's not Maloon at the minute, is it?
It wasn't last time. It was the Black Staff, but I don't know whether. I don't know why or how that's working. But I've got to trust in the organisation. They've trusted in me. They exist to sort of weed out corruption. They might know something. We're heading into the last play here, the last chapter.
It might be your
I'm trying
last
to
chapter.
For 99 innocent people, we've been pushed into this situation. We've found out all this information. We're trying to do that right thing, right?
Yeah.
I just think we need as much help as we can get. So yeah, if anybody else has any contacts that might be able to help us, I think it's the time to reach out. That is up to all of you.
I agree.
What about this armor that Blackwood's got on? Shall I try and get into it now or do that later? Difference, it just looks like Sildar's armor. You could clean it up, right? Sorry?
I could clean it, yeah. I need to find out where Sildar is.
Is to say you can do that tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the quickest way around that.
How are you going to do that?
We'll send him a message.
Okay. Do you want anyone to come to the Hanging Lantern with you?
I'm not feeling that way out tonight. I was heading for the yawning portal.
No, sorry, my mistake.
Thorin wants some nookie.
Chicka wow wow.
We did it all for the nookie. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather not go alone. I don't know if there's anything in it for anybody else, but I'm not too banged up. I'm a little hurt, but I can make it easily enough. It's not too late. I'd like to make contacts and see where that takes us. It's been a rough day though, so if you don't want to come, I get it.
I mean, I'm happy to go, but if anybody else needs to go,
Nope.
I'll come along.
Cool. Right, let's head out and pay a cab and see if I can get hold of Malone or somebody else.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Head out of Troll Skull, hail a cab, and head to the portal of Yawning.
Is everyone going?
If there's not, more fuss. Didn't say.
I'll stay behind.
I'll
You're
tag
staying
along.
at Troll Skull.
So, Tavis, Negan, and Thorin. Split the party. Split the party.
Isla, where are you going?
No, I'm staying there at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, you three walk out, gathering. Sorry, did you say you were changing your armor?
I think
Yeah,
stay in
fuck
your own
off.
for now.
Okay. Yeah, just go as me.
Yeah, you own as
Good.
you, so stay in your own.
Can you clean this actually, Thorin? 'Cause I got some black goop stuff on it. It's a bit patchy now. Have you got anything that might be able to help this armor? Like put it back together?
Put it back together. Is it?
Like it's a bit damaged, like fix it or make it cleaner or just get the goop off it.
I can try mending, but I'll try mending it. See if that works. It's a cantrip.
So from the
Yeah, I
black
don't see why not.
blood stuff, my armor was -1 my AC because of the acidic nature of the black ooze or whatever it was that got me. Black pudding.
Oh, yeah, well remembered. You're like armor melted.
Yeah, we lost one AC to it, didn't he?
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's less than a foot in dimension, you can mend it, leaving no trace of former damage. Your AC's been restored, and your armor looks a lot like it did before the encounter with the black pudding.
Yeah, thank you. That's actually really well.
Tip top.
Who knew?
Right. To the yawning portal.
Oh, yonder, my lord. Yeah, you managed to hail a carriage. This is a well-trodden road now that you're on, and it's probably getting on for about 7:30 at night as you start to make your way towards, or just nearly at the yawning portal. You can sort of see that the sun is now set. The sky is starting to go dark as we start to head out of summer and into the autumn.
What time did you say?
It'll be about 7:30.
Yeah, cool. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head over to Maloon's usual table, see who's there and what's happening. I'm sure that Borthray knows that I'm knocking about with you now and we're a thing, so don't worry too much. But he's probably going to be more open in terms of divulging stuff if it's just me that he's talking to. So if you're cool with you, get a drink, keep an eye on me, and see what happens.
Yeah, no worries. We'll grab a table nearby. Keep an eye on you.
Yeah, so you head in. There's the usual rabble. It's a lot more. The last few times that you've been there in the afternoon, and now that it's evening, it seems even more intense and more busy. Tables with various games that are taking place, and betting and various things like that. Scuffles, but nothing too violent. There's a bit of pushing and shoving, a bit of yelling across from tables. The rafters are absolutely full. The balconies are heaving as well. Doesn't like anyone that's near the well, but you can sort of. It's always there. It's always looming in the centre. The opportunities that await in the Undermountain. Yeah, you make your way in. You see that it's busy. Whilst that's happening, Isla, Morthos, what are you guys doing?
Morphos, how old do you know the city?
Well enough to have been incarcerated.
So you're a shady as fuck character. You must have done some horrendously dodgy dealings in your time. Know some quiet backwaters, back alleys, back parks, back places.
I have contacts. I have seen some shit. I'm no stranger to dodgy dealings. Just here in Waterdeep, but throughout my life, I have been not a nice person, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, I can, to be fair. But on that, if you were going to do an ambush in this city, where would you do it? If you wanted to lure someone, capture them, interrogate them, question them, where in your mind do you think's a good place to do it?
A shady area.
Yeah. Do you know any of them?
Off the top of my head, no, not at this moment.
Just give me 1 sec, because I can help Morthos out with this.
I was trying to
Okay,
get
roll
him
for
to
it.
ask you.
Hey?
Brrr, ask the DM. Brrr.
Can I make a history check?
Sorry, I wasn't watching what you were doing. I'm only listening because I'm sort of going through me.
No, I can see a reflection of your map in your glasses.
Do I know of any places that would sound like that would be a good place?
No.
Well, I didn't want to go down the road of. Do you know any really rapey places?
Oh, well, you should have said that. No, Jack.
Oh, Rape Alley. Rape
Yeah.
Alley.
Oh yes, yes, Ray. Good old Ray Pally.
Could have mentioned. Would have said Rape.
Yes, if there's anywhere to go, it's down good old Ray Pally.
So many in the.
Why can't I find my?
Probably down by where that ship was with all those dodgy folk down there.
Yeah.
What dodgy folk?
Where we hired that fella.
Braun.
Oh, no.
Eh?
Or we hire what? Oh, Braun.
Was that his name? Was it?
Bjorg.
Bjorn.
Bjorn. Well, that was the one with the ship that was like a bar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rape ship. I remember it well.
Oh, good old rapey ship.
The ship that rapes you back.
The ship, that rape ship. Sit on this mast.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Let's go.
Have
Let's
we-
go.
Have we got a map? Have we got a map of the city, or do you reckon I could nip to a shop and see if we can get a big map of the city?
Yeah, it was Miss Shaw was where Bjorn was. He was.
I think you had. I did think you had a map.
Cool. I'm
sure
going-
I'm sure you picked one up when you.
I feel like I did pick a map up, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Let me check me inventory quickly. And I'd say to Morthos, like, right, let's go upstairs into the war room, and I find a wall, and I take out a dagger, and I just like put the map up. And in fact, no, don't even do that. I just spread out on the table and put some weights in the corner. No, I think I got a map of Faerun and a map of Dark Lake. I don't think I ever got a map of Waterdeep, but I would want to try and get one if I can. Shopping episode.
I think what you had was.
We had a map of the Sea Ward and the.
Then I created a map.
You had a map of the North Ward, which is where Troll Skull is, if I remember. But I would say that I'm sure that when you went on the Zaraj investigation, when you went to.
We did, yeah, that's fine. We did.
When you went to see the cunt stubble, you managed to procure a map. I'm sure that was a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, one second.
There's somewhere we know that they don't know.
Right?
Is there a place that we know that they don't know, or are unlikely to know?
Probably not. We just need a place that we can potentially draw them to if this is the plan. This is the part of the plan I'm gonna focus on with Morphos, man.
Right, you're making me delve deep here tonight. Delving deep.
Water deep.
I shoot you to Darlin.
Knee deep.
It's not even here.
Balls deep.
Christ. It's true.
There
It is here. It is here.
Skin deep.
No, it was on like the 14th of April 2022 is when you sent the map out.
What map is it?
The water deep map. I can't make my map gone.
I've just resent it though. Have you got
No,
it?
I know you did, but definitely look.
Well, that one's all deep, all marked, yeah.
Yeah, hang on, which one's that one? Yes, might be the wrong one.
I knew you'd sent it before though.
That was the City of the Dead one, was it?
Yeah, because look, there's the.
Those marks are all where... no, I don't know what they were.
Has that got the skulls on it? No. What's that one?
No. That one's just the city of the dead.
Oh, City of Dead, yeah.
No, that was the one with the balls on.
Yeah, that was part of the investigation for Siraj, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that little parky place in the northwest? Northwest.
Field ward. Or is it in the sea ward?
Just in the seaboard, it is.
Rapey Park.
In Rapesville.
Rape Island.
I think we could recruit the Shallows to help us.
You can always Google what's the rapiest place in Waterdeep.
For fuck's sake.
Not putting that in my algorithm.
No, Google is not available in
Much.
D&D.
Much you said it, so we have to Google it.
Does anybody
It's
have
canon. It's like, Much you just made Google canon. Thanks for that, Muchy.
Ask Siri.
See, that's the thing I was going to say. Is anyone got the speakers on loud so we can just go, "Hey Alexa, what's the rapiest place in Waterdeep?"
Look on TripAdvisor. Spot for a bit of rapey, Jim.
Who's in your house, Jinder?
Oh,
Who's it?
Me and Sarah, and obviously Steph as well.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's backwards. I see it now. Poke him in the head. I was wondering which one was going to do the whole poking.
Not with your finger.
so there's the way.
You just found out who's the poker and who's the pokey.
The pokey.
Figured out how that
Oh,
works.
Mr. Pokey.
Pokey.
Ah, Mr. Pokey.
Ah, the poking you need.
I don't know if that was Bane or Yoda.
The multi-classing we never knew we needed.
I was born in it.
Baby Yoda with a Bane mask on. It would be extremely painful.
Extremely painful it would be.
I didn't mean to make the session stop. I'm sorry.
How many pages of
You-
notes have you got on rapey places in Waterdeep Dale?
There's a whole chapter.
Never
Sorry,
say
I'm just busy while you're busy doing what you're doing.
researching.
I'm building a world on the fly here.
Building
Right.
a rape village.
So what are you doing? Are you just considering the map at the minute?
Yeah, I'm considering the map and I'm trying to look and I speak to my mate, the rape.
Rape
where-
the snake.
Yeah, where the best place would be to set up a potential ambush, where we going to, do some drug deals with the Popo. Not going to see us.
Okay, so let's so Paul, for Morthos, what you would know, a couple of things. You've got the outside of the city, which
So,
would
yeah.
always be an option in terms of the least amount of people there. However, you've got the complications of getting in and out, being seen, city watch, all that sort of stuff. The City of Dead, that is a fairly open area and quite quiet at night. That would also have a potential. You've also got the Shallows itself, where the dock ward. There's quite a lot that can be done and hidden around there, and you've got some experience around that sort of area. And then you've also got the Great Harbour itself. A lot of secret dealings are often done on board ships where there's less likelihood of eavesdropping and being seen and whatever else, which is obviously something that the Negan has seen in terms of what was going on in the Rotten Apple with Blackwood, although Negan's not privy to this conversation. So yeah, there's a few options, but it would all depend on what type of ambush you wanted to set.
Okay, well, we'll mull those over whilst the others are at the debrief taken.
Okay, so in the Yawning Portal, you guys are mulling around and sauntering through. Where are you guys heading?
I'm gonna head for Maloon's usual seat.
Okay. As you head up the stairs and you head towards the balcony, you can see that there's it is really busy, really crowded. You've got to sort of like shimmy past people to get where you need to go. You look over and you see at the table, you see that there is a female gnome. She's sat in the chair where Maloon would have sat. You can see that she has braided hair, blonde hair that's braided over her head, comes to the back into sort of a rough looking ponytail, nothing too formal. Looks like it's just rough and ready. She is in light leather armor. Everything's sort of strapped down quite tight. You can see that currently she leans back on a chair, so she's on the back 2 legs of a chair, front 2 legs are up, and her legs, short legs, are on top of the table, and she has her hands behind her head, sort of looking out, scanning what's going on. And you can see that on her forearms she's got a few different tattoos. Just sitting there in Maloon's seat. These almost like fur-lined boots that have been leathered and crisscross her with what she's wearing. They're just sort of propped up on top of the table. You can see there's a small jug, a ale, and a cup next to it, which she's currently drinking from.
Nobody else at the table.
No, just the gnome.
Okay, I'm tempted to do something stupid, but I'm not. I'm just gonna walk up quite openly and ask if I can have a seat.
Yeah, take a seat.
Thank you. I don't know if you know, but this seat's usually taken by somebody else. Do you know Maloon?
Yeah, no balloon. He's currently ill.
Okay. Do you work with him? Is that?
You could say so. Yeah, I in the similar circles. Yeah, he's like I said. You know him. You know Maloon.
Yeah. I've been working with him for a little bit now, and yeah.
That's good. It's terrible thing what happened to him. With that, the action, everything. It's pretty shit. Could have happened to anyone, really.
What's actually happened to him? I didn't get the full.
Story. I can't divulge this. Did you want a drink? She starts like clicking. I'll get you a drink. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. But I'd like to make an insight check to see if I think she really knows Maloon or she's just bullshitting.
Okay.
I got 15.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be hiding anything. Her body language is quite open.
Okay, I might need your help with this start because I'm not sure I can remember the ranks. And then there was a thing of the ranks about the Zensarim and the ranks about the Greyhounds, and we kind of crossed over at one point. And potentially that's. So what level? What rank are you at the minute?
What rank in what?
Well, in Maloon's organisation.
Now, let me test you for a minute, because you've asked me plenty of questions. What organisation would that be?
Organisation that looking into any potential corruption and keeping an eye on the typical...
Oh, look, if we're going to beat around the bush all night, I'd rather not. I'm going to watch people dive into this stupid hole and, risk their lives for gold and glory. I don't need to be messing around. You either get to the point or you, toddle off.
Fair enough. We know we're talking about the Greyhounds.
Yeah, well, I'm not in the Greyhounds. Haha. I'm in Force 1. Hey. Now you don't need to know my rank, because I know exactly what rank you are and where you are. Your name is Tavish, am I right?
You are right, yeah.
Yeah, you don't get many drow around here, You want to cover up your face.
Well, I do what I can with the hood and the bandana and stuff, but...
Yeah, well, look at it. It's
at some point,
an absolute hive around there. No one gives a shit. Anyway.
You're in Force 1.
Yeah. Great Force 1. Look, and she reaches over and she just pulls up her sleeve a little bit more and just shows this tattoo. I even got it tattooed on my arm.
That's quite a thing. I'm a fan. So you clearly outranked me. That's great. I've been looking to talk to Maloon. I could do figuring out. So what did happen to him? Where is he?
You're not very good at this, are you? You don't even know my name. You don't even care. So Maloon, he's not well. They took him away. He's mending, I think. He'll be on the mend. He'll be back here, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we go to Neverwinter. Maybe go down to Candlekeep. I don't know. They'll give him another job sometime. Anyway, they just said to me, you know what? Keep the sheet warm. Someone may come along asking for the black staff or something.
Yeah. Well, I met the Black Staff, and they said
I know you did, because I know it all. This is why I'm speaking for you, because you speak like shit. You just beat around the bush. I ain't got time for this. I just want to, I want to see what's going on in the bar,
Well, I apologize. You're all right. I am pretty new at this. What was your name, by the way?
My name's Fronica.
Veronica.
No, Fronica. It's with an F.
Veronica. Yeah. This is yeah. It's a good name.
Thanks.
So if I need to get
it's Phil Wicken. You wanted to know my surname, didn't you? It's Phil Wicken. It's Fronica's Phil Wicken.
You know what? You read my mind. I did want to know yours.
You know what? You know what? You don't look like a Tavish. You know this? You don't look like a Tavish at all. You don't even look. You know what you look like? A Gene. You look like a Gene.
A Gene.
A Gene.
Hey, if it suits you, Fran, you can call me Gene.
Oh, fucking hell, Gene. This is really good. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm frocking in your Gene. This is great. This is good stuff.
All
so
right.
how can I help?
Fran and Gene catching a beer.
Fran, yeah, Fran and Gene, yeah.
Fran and Gene chilling out.
Anyway, I heard some really good rumors about you. You're a bit of a tea leaf. You got light fingers. Yeah, you've been poking your nose and taking stuff you shouldn't be. Aha! I like all that. I do. I like the treasure. I like the thrill.
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, that's a bit of me. But I've got obviously not too good at it, because otherwise I wouldn't have ended up in Maloon's kind of employ.
Oh, fucking hell, Gene! If you're gonna go robbing you gotta make sure you cover your tracks. You gotta make sure you're doing a good job. You get caught, you end up in one of these factions, and they own you for life.
I could have done better, but I'm trying to do it for the right reasons. I'm not. There's outlaws and outlaws, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, did you come here with a specific purpose?
Yeah. How would I go about getting in touch with the Black Staff? Because they said they'd be in touch and they were watching, and then I've not heard anything. But I do have something that I'd like to discuss.
Okay, so I can get messages to the Black Staff. That's okay. Veronica can do that for you. You give me the message, I go take it. It's all above board. You let me know where you are. I get the message back to you.
Well, I'm sure through Maloon and everybody else, you know where I'm typically going to be hanging out.
Man, no, there's no Maloon. There's no Maloon. And we're not dealing with the Greyhounds anymore. You're dealing with Force One,
Oh.
Look, since Maloon, became ill, it's become a fucking shit show, Gene. It really has. And you've got to you got to look out for the city. So this is where we're at. You got a message, I go take your message. You need something from me, I'll go and get it for you. Hey, if you need a sword for hire, I'm good at those too. And you sort of see that by literally on a person, there are weapons there. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a short sword which looks quite long to her. You sort of see there's a dagger pouch as well, and a few other bits and pieces. She looks like a fighter.
Okay, well, I think I do need to get a message to the Black Staff. We've figured out something, me and some people I'm working with, something that's going down in the city. There's big news. We've got information about it, and I think probably, with all due respect to Eugene, you are lovely, and I could spend literally hours in your company. If you'd like to make a social thing at another time, I would be down with that. But I think this is like, we need to get this to the top of the tree really as soon as. So if they could maybe pay a visit to Trollskull Manor, and I could discuss that with them straight one to one.
Okay, can I just clarify one thing just before we continue with your message and I take it over to the Blackstaff? Can I just confirm one thing? You're Jean, I'm Veronica. Okay, so you give me your message and I'll go take it over to the Blackstaff.
Sure. I'm Jean. You're Veronica.
You're Jean. Fucking hell, Jean. Come on, what's your message?
The message is that Jean/Tavis has got information about that's time sensitive, issues going down, corruption in the city, and I want to be able to discuss this and try and prevent it from happening.
Okay, so you tell me where, and I will see what I can do about getting some Force One.
Can I just, have I ever heard Force One? Have I heard anything about Force One? Do I know what this is? Does it make any sense to me?
Roll a history check.
17.
17. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Because I'm like, she knows Maloon, she knows the Blackstaff, she knows something about what's happened to Maloon, but have I heard of Force One? Does this seem legit to me? Because I'm really wary about divulging stuff. I shouldn't be divulging.
So what you've for 17. Okay. So what you will have heard is that there is a clandestine outfit which is made up of adventurers that work solely for the Blackstaff. So where you've got the Grey Hands,
Okay.
if the Grey Hands,
they're an
if the Grey
official
Hands
thing.
were the army, then these are special forces.
SAS. Okay.
Yeah. So they go under the name of Force Grey.
Okay.
You get the feeling that what she's talking about with Force One is her party
Right.
or
It's
whatever.
top of the tree. Yeah. So by that, I would feel more comforted that I can share information with them, and she's not just fucking shitting me. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
worried about that. Okay. Did she just ask me for a location?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trollskull Manor. It was abandoned for a while, but we're trying to build it up, and that would be where we could share information. I mean, maybe I can just tell you a bit more of the details that I think that we know about. I mean, it's busy in here. I don't think we've got any prying eyes. Are you comfortable discussing details, or do you want to do
Hey,
private?
fire away, Gene. You tell me what you want me to know.
You will know of the Castellantes.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay, so we have good, pretty solid information that goes well back into the sort of politics and details of the city, that they're actually planning something dark. They've made a deal with Asmodeus. You heard of Asmodeus?
Who hasn't, eh?
Well, yeah, okay. But like, for me, when I'd heard about Asmodeus, but like I knew about Asmodeus, but it was more like almost like a fairy tale. Like I didn't think that it would come and be a part of my life, but apparently now the Castellantes actually have a deal with Asmodeus, and so their party. Do you know that they're having this party tomorrow for the twins?
I've heard there are rumours of a party. Yeah.
Okay, so the information that we've got is they're trying to make good on a deal that they made with Asmodeus several years ago, 9 years ago, when their other child went missing. The child was actually taken by Asmodeus, and they made a deal to prevent a sort of a curse on their family or whatever. they need to pay up before the twins' birthday coming up, and they need to pay with 1 short of 1,000,000 gold dragons and 1 shy of 100 souls. We think this is going to take place tomorrow. We've been doing some digging, we've been trying to find some information. I got so far with it, kind of told Maloon, he kind of told me to back off, but we're in too deep. So this is what we know, and maybe we can help you, or you can help us. I mean, it's wrong. It's disgusting. We need to try and stop it. I feel like I need to try and stop it. My friends are of a similar mind, and we're going to try and do it. But I feel like this is something that needs to be reported, needs to be put to you, because it speaks to corruption. It speaks to probably. Don't get me wrong. I trusted Balloon. I suppose he gave me a chance, but whoever I was going to speak this to, I'm taking a chance right now. I'm nervous. I'm just looking for any help that I think we can get. This feels like it's well out of my league, and Force 1. I need some. I need help from more capable people. You might well be more capable people.
Yeah, I get that. Again, you're going a long way round. But what I would say is that maybe there's a bit of subterfuge in all this. Maybe the heavy hand isn't the way to go. Maybe you need to be a bit more sneaky and rely on your own talents.
I can be sneaky, but I've got 24 hours before they try and murder 100 people. Just 100 people.
Yes, but what happens if we all turn up? What happens then? What is their plans?
Yeah, well, I don't know that, and I'm going to try and. Our current idea is to just try and have a conversation with them and figure that out a little bit. But I think it needs more power, more people than just us, and maybe just maybe somebody that might be slightly better at making plans than we are.
Okay, I'll go and speak to the Blackstaff. I'll go and have a word with my my compatriots, and then we'll see. And what time do you leave for the party tomorrow?
Out of character, do I know what time the party is?
You know that it's going to be early afternoon. It is a kids' party after all, so it'll be starting early. But you know that this is something that's planned on going into the night.
Yeah. Oh well, we were planning to attend as sort of protection for another fairly notable family in Waterdeep, as we've made some kind of connections there. So we'll probably be there from kind of the start, I guess. But I mean, having said that, I had another thought. I was going to potentially present myself to the Castlanters, try and get myself on the inside as a bit of an inside man, and try and figure out what's happening there early doors.
See, this sounds like a good plan. Again, reconnaissance, knowing what's in front of you, that's always a good idea, yeah?
Well, thank you. I mean, coming from Force 1, that's quite a compliment. So I know someone that they've been working with, and I know that they won't be in attendance. So I've got a few tricks, and I'm planning to kind of present myself as this other person, and try and possibly gain their good favour and maybe draw them out before the party even takes place. Because waiting until the moment that people are about to be poisoned, which I believe is their preferred sort of attempted execution, it seems like it's too last minute and too risky.
Well, like I said, I can see what I can do.
Well, then I think my job here as a lowly member of the Greyhounds is possibly done, and hopefully we can figure out some way to work together. And honestly, if you know, if this does all work out and I don't get murdered during the process, it'd be nice to catch a drink sometime.
Ha! Yeah, of course, Gene. I'm always here. You can count on me. I'm gonna be around for a while. You need something, you come and see me. That's fine. But yeah, for now I'll go away. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, you know, I can't emphasize enough the degree to which this is time sensitive. I feel like I'm in over my head. I'm going to try and do what I can do. I've got a few tricks. I've got some ability, but I'm here telling you bad shit's going to go down, and I'm asking for help.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, it was just before I go, because you mentioned something about the axe. So I seen that Maloon had this like bitchin' axe, right? Well, every time I've seen him, it's been there. It's pretty obvious. It's glowing. I've seen him acting a bit funny. So is that something to do with his ailment?
No, he got in with a bad axe, you know. It happens every now and again, Gene. It all goes to fucking shit, you know. So yeah, he got the bad axe, and yeah, it twisted his mind a little bit, but he's recovering. He's under the black staff. He'll be fine. You know, the Greyhounds will be back in there.
Yeah.
The black staff. She took the axe away, and that's that's all down to her. I don't know.
So you could say he had a nasty accident.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, I think it was a pretty looking axe. I don't know. I never went near it, but yeah, shit happens. It's Anyway, I'm gonna finish this drink and I'm gonna go and see some of my friends, and then we'll see what we can do. Maybe a bit of support, maybe a bit of wet work, bit of stabby. But yeah, we'll see. And I'll need to go and speak to the black staff. I'm just. I can't work without her say so and all that. But
she's the boss, right?
If I can provide any support, I'll be along in the morning.
Hey, it'd be good to see you again.
Fucking
anytime.
good to see you too, Gene.
I really fucking like you.
Hey, yeah, and she like slams a drink down. Yeah, she's a bit rough and ready, and she pats you on the shoulder, which is a little bit firmer than you probably thought it was going to be. And then she strides out. It's quite a butch stride on her. She sort of takes herself out and down the stairs, leaving you up on the balcony.
Amazing. Right. Okay. So I head back to find the guys.
Okay. Negan, while that was going on, what were you doing?
We were just sat at the bar talking, but I mean, I wasn't talking too much. I was just sort of contemplating everything that had just happened in the last sort of hour or so, and just sort of looking around, keep on checking on Tavish, just to make sure that he was okay and nothing was kicking over there. But yeah, and then just sort of drinking.
Thorin, what about you?
I'd asked the bar staff if they could pour us a couple of Elquestria spirits.
Okay. Whilst you're waiting on, not sure what that is, but whilst you're waiting on that being delivered, just for you and Negan, just roll perception checks.
$17.
13.
Thorin, you look over and and you see someone that you've recognized. It whilst you're waiting for your drink, or while you're deciding on what you're going to drink, I'm waiting. you're just looking at this man. You're struggling to place where you've seen him before. He's getting on. He's in his later years. He's quite a large man, quite rotund. Looks like he's been living a fairly comfortable life, should we say. In front of him, there's a plate with half-eaten food on it. There's a mug of ale. You see that he's got sort of big sort of mutton chop part of his beard and like a tash. He looks like the unkept rich. You know what I mean? He looks like he's got money, but he doesn't look like he looks after himself all too well. And he's sitting there and he's talking to a bard. This man who you've seen around the place a few times. He's playing this lute that sounds out of key, and they're just talking. And it takes you a second or two, and it clicks where you've seen this man before. And you'd seen him talking to an older woman of just a little bit younger maybe than him in the Hanging Lantern. And it stuck in your memory because he looked quite upset when he left. When he walked out. He was on a table that was next to yours. He looked upset at the time. Yeah, pretty certain that's him.
Yeah, that's the fella who was making a deal and was, if I remember rightly, he was waiting to be paid. Do I remember that rightly?
Not sure. This is, you're unsure of. It's only just coming to you where you recognise him from.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on him while I hand the spirits to Negan. I'm trying to think of.
You watch. And there's the conversation just continues. He finishes his meal. And then he gets up and he moves over. You sort of see that there's cards. There's a card game that's quite close by, and he sort of saunters over, and then you sort of see him take out a chair, and you get the feeling that he's quite regular, really, just how he moves around and take a seat.
Okay.
The guy that was playing the lute, he just sort of continues to tinkle with the lute as he moves around from table to table.
Okay. And I hand the drink to if they've got it. It's Equestrian spirit. It's from Everesca, where I'm from.
Oh, from Everesca, yeah. As the barmaid comes over and she places down these drinks in sort of small cups, quite shallow liquid. You can see that it's almost like the sun has caught the glass. It leaves a light sort of imprint on the table, as if you were moving the glass and the light shining through it would cast onto the table itself, although seemingly from no light. And it's one of the telltales that this is it is genuine and it's not being watered down to any degree. And she says, "That took us some time to find that. I wasn't even aware that we had such a drink."
I wasn't sure if you'd have it yourself, but
It's
it's nice to
It's
have from
quite
time
pricey.
to time. It's fine. What do I hear?
That's 4 silvers. 4 silvers.
Yeah, I'll hand her the 4 silvers and I'll give her an extra silver as a tip. Thank you for finding it for me.
Thank you. And she takes that away.
And I hand it over to Negan. And I don't normally drink this. It's a little slice of home, not necessarily always the best parts of it, but I tend to drink it for the bigger moments.
Sort of pick the glass up and I say, "Oh, to your home." And then I also sort of say it in my head, but like to a job well done, and then take a sip.
Yeah, and I'll sit there and drink that while I'm trying to figure out what it was with this fella. Because I know I've seen him and I remember him arguing with the woman. I'm just trying to remember what it was they were arguing about.
Okay, so whilst that's taking place, Tavis, you're now up there.
Sorry, I can never figure out what the mute thing on this handset I'm not used to it yet. Yeah, I'd like to head back to where I left them, I think. But I'd like to keep a little eye out in case I can see 3 strings. So I had a brief interaction with him a little while ago. I'm just curious.
Yeah, you can see that he's on the lower level to you. He's just sort of moving between tables.
Okay. I don't necessarily plan to do anything about that, but so it's really live and jostly.
Oh yeah, it's late on now, so like getting later, so it's livening up. Yeah.
So I'd like to have a little look and see if I can see anyone between me and Negan and Thorin who looks either well-to-do or like they might have a little bit of magic about them on the way back that I could kind of brush past with the intent to try and do a little bit of light-handedness.
T for E. Okay.
Leafery.
You can not that there's anyone that's between where you two are. There's nothing that you can like that looks overly lavish in terms of which they look like they're worth. However, out of the few people that are there, you can see a target that you potentially would think that they might have some money on them.
Yeah, so with all the hustle and bustle of what's going on, I'd like to just brush up against them, kind of backwards into them by mistake, and whilst I'm at it, just try and have a little delve into their pockets and see if there's anything fruitful from that situation.
Okay. 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 Roll a sleight of hand.
Not bad. It's 24.
This person's looking pretty pissed. They're looking a little bit sort of worse for wear. As you're sort of looking, you can see that they're involved in some sort of betting. This hasn't got cards in it, but it's more like sort of slips of paper. There's 3 of them around the table. There's drinks. Each one's sort of marking something off on the page, and then they're passing it to the next one, and someone's then passing it back. You can't really work out what it is. If it's a business deal, if it's betting slips, you don't know. But within all the commotion, you manage to dip, and just hanging off his belt is a money pouch, and you can sort of see that this has been tied. You recognise the knot, and you recognise the quick fashion required to drop it. Given with the hustle and bustle, you manage just to give him a bit of a nudge, a pardon, and then a drop of the pouch.
Yeah, grab that.
What startles you first off is it's quite heavy.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of weight to it.
I just sneak it about my person and make no attempt to do anything else other than head towards my mates.
Okay.
And if I get there, do I...
Yep.
Alright guys, what are we drinking?
It's a little taste of home. Would you like one?
I mean, it's been a day. I wouldn't say no.
I'll ask for 2 more, and ask for 1 to be sent to the gentleman at the table.
Okay. It takes time because these are they're constantly on a loop, so you find that your drink's sort of going down as well.
So whilst that's happening, I'll be like, Maloon is not here. I think I mentioned to you before, like he was hadn't seemed himself, and then I got that note from the black staff themselves saying that they'd be in touch and he was away. So it seems like, if I'm understanding this right, because I've not been like part of this organization for ages, but I think like Maloon was like the head of a certain level of the organization, and then this person I just made contact with, Veronica, who is a bundle of joy. But that's probably, you know, an aside. She's great. She's a gnome, Veronica. This gnome. She looked pretty handy. Like, I think she could handle herself.
You got a crush?
Anyway, what?
You got a crush?
Have you got a crush?
I've been sat here with Negan, so I hope not.
Yeah. What? Hey, she was just a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm not. It's the last thing you expect.
Yeah, I'm not judging.
Let's say maybe. Anyway, she works in like the level above where Maloon was working, and she's going to try and get a message for the black staff. And I hope I've not done the wrong thing, but I told them to head to Troll Skull, to come and have a bit more of a conversation. I pretty much told them about what we know about the Castellantas and Asmodeus, and I mean she had like a whimsical way about her. Like, I'm sure she was taking it seriously, but at the same time, it felt like she wasn't taking it seriously at all, and that probably nothing was serious to her really at all. It was quite refreshing. You know what? I might have a crush. Yeah. But anyway, so yes, so it's got the information has gone through the channels and will potentially reach the Blackstaff. So, you know, that's a serious amount of power. Maybe they can really help us out. Basically, as far as I'm concerned, like, mission accomplished with regards to what I came here to do. And thank you for accompanying me. And I'm looking forward to trying this, like, sexy little drink you've got. What exactly is it?
It's just a spirit called Alquestria.
Alquestria.
Yeah, it's something my grandfather trades in.
Wow. Your grandfather's a tradesman.
Yeah, he's a merchant. Yeah.
And he deals in, like, does he make it or does he just like sell it on, like?
He sells it on. He helps make it and sells it on.
Cool. So would you be able to tell, like, if this was his brand or is his the only brand? Is he like?
Oh, they only make it there.
So he's like the head of Alquestria.
No, he's not the head of Alquestria, but
Um.
Right.
But yeah. What's his name?
it's Eron.
I sort of look at Thurin and think, I think we should sell this in Troll School.
Oh, hell yeah. Nathan, yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of you guys should broker the deal.
Are you on the outs with Granddaddy?
Well, I'm not called Nothlear for nothing.
What does... Sorry, excuse my ignorance, Thorin. What does Nothlia mean?
Stain.
Bane. Thorin, Nothlia, Thorin. So you think... I mean...
He wouldn't allow...
Hey,
He wouldn't allow me, Evereska's very pure with elves. And
so it's like
as a half elf,
half-
it's difficult to live in those sort of places. And yeah, I wasn't permitted the family name. So he was always ashamed of me.
Your granddad was ashamed of you.
Yeah.
I can relate.
But it reminds me of home, so not all of it was bad.
Yeah, I can relate to that as well. I mean, you see my skin and what I look like. I'm a drow, but I'm a half elf, half human as well, and I had all sorts of difficulty and prejudice and just people being twats, really. Just because of I couldn't help it. I was just born, right?
Yeah.
I didn't choose that. It wasn't me. It was, and yeah.
Well, the only name that my mother gave me was Thurin. Vac Nothlear means family stain, and it's something that is quite common. Well, I'd say common. It's something that's given to people like me.
Just so I understand it, that's the whole thing, including the Thurin bit. Like, if you want, I can call you something.
Thurin's the name my mother gave me. Thurin's
cool.
Thurin.
And your mum was cool.
Yeah, my mum loved me.
Then Thurin it is.
Much to the...
Thurin.
Yeah. No, Thurin's fine.
This is... I had kind of the same experience. Not the same, obviously, but my mum was the only one who I think actually cared for me. Actually showed me, as you say, love.
Oh,
I didn't get that from the other
some others.
people. Mothers.
The gentleman on the other table, is that Hurlet Tom?
No.
No. I was thinking it was Hurlet Tom.
At this point, can I go over to the bar? Try and get someone's attention.
Yeah, there's staff behind the bar.
I just want to see if I can buy a whole bottle of stuff that Thorin's just ordered.
Yeah, that would. So, yeah, I'd say it'd probably run about 5 gold.
Yeah. Quite. Yeah. Like the five coins over.
Yeah, it's
obviously-
really expensive.
Yeah.
And they hand it to you, and she hands it to you, and she's like looks at it, and you can see that it's covered in dust around the neck where it's just sort of been sat there and kept there. But even when you hold onto the bottle, it's almost like only very faint, but like you were holding a torch or something, like when Isla's cast light on you. It's almost got that sort of
Feel.
look to it. As it sort of shimmers in your hand. It's almost like putting your hands in the sea when the sun's shining on. You just get that glittering sort of effect.
I just sort of pick the bottle up and walk away, then go back to the table and put it in front of Thorin. Just say something to make you feel at home, but not for the bad things.
Here's an I'll appreciate it. Put it in the bag of holding.
I sit down and then just have a drink.
Try this Equestria then, what's it like? Or Thorin, what's it like? I don't know. Who knows?
I haven't written down what it's like.
It's very clean and feels very potent. It feels very strong in terms of its alcohol content, but it feels almost like a divine drink. It feels like it's
Warming, a drink for the soul.
warming. Yeah. It feels comforting to drink it, like you're drinking the light.
Ooh, I don't know if Tavis actually likes that then.
You would see it as being an acquired taste.
Yeah. I can appreciate its quality.
Whether it's for you or not is another matter.
The light thing is throwing me off. Yeah. Dark Thorin, this is some strong stuff. Can't have much of that, eh?
Elves really know how to work their magic. They know their way around plants.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty special. I appreciate you kind of sharing it.
No problem.
As you say, to mothers.
Right, this gentleman, he was the Hanging Lantern, you said, and he Yeah, so I'm on that page now. I didn't write anything down about him. I remember, so I've got down that we reprimanded the woman because she was being rude to us.
He was the fat guy with the hooker, wasn't he?
I don't have anything down about him at all.
Have you got a date? When was it?
Much, are you still with us?
I am, mate. Yeah.
Just so there'd be two
Just
more.
while this is all going on in the tavern, what are you, Morthos, doing?
I'd say I'd still be trying to figure out different places to possibly do ambushes, and that's literally the sum of everything I'd do until everyone gets back, and then we'll have a chat about it.
Okay. Morthos, anything else for you? You're on mute, mate.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, just much the same. While we're continuing to talk about that, continuing to clean up best I can.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so the tavern you're drinking and chatting.
Yeah, I think finish our drinks. It's about time we got back. Because tomorrow's going to be the big day, essentially. I know Thorin plus Jimbo was trying to figure out who this guy was, so
Yeah, all I've got about is the dwarf woman from that we had previously seen in Felzoon's Folly. That's who he had been talking to, I'm presuming. And then
that's what I've been talking to.
that's who the gentleman with the mustache was talking to, I think. But I don't have anything written down about him because he left and then we spoke to her.
Yeah.
Where she was rude to us and using previous information from Felzoon's Folly, we were like, well, maybe if you were a bit nicer to people, maybe your business deals wouldn't go so sour.
You got a date?
No, it was just after you'd seen Maloon talking to his axe. It was the session after that.
Go and do a thing. Just go and interact. Whatever.
Well, I've sent a drink over his way.
It doesn't seem to. You get the feeling that drinks arrive all the time. He sort of looks over at you, and he raises a chubby old hand. You sort of see like liver spots on his hand. He raises it up, and he knocks it back. You get the feeling that he's probably made quite a few acquaintances in his time.
Yeah.
Probably just sees you as one of them, doesn't remember who you are.
Okay.
So are we done here? Who's that guy, Thorin, that's raising a hand at you?
It's just someone we saw at the Hanging Lantern who's talking to that awful dwarf woman.
He was crying and stuff, right? Big fat guy crying.
Doesn't seem to be crying anymore. I can't remember what they spoke about.
you think it's linked to anything? The Hanging Lantern, that was where, underneath there, they were engineering this drug, weren't they? And I don't know.
Yeah. He was upstairs. I don't know.
And just go say hello, rattle his cage, see if anything falls out.
Oh, you want to come over?
Even if it's just embarrassing a fat old rich guy by letting the people at the table know that he goes to the Hanging Lantern for his kicks. I don't mind that. I'm all for embarrassing fat old rich guys.
Yeah, I can't even remember what that dwarf woman's name was.
It doesn't matter. We just go there. We're unscrupulous looking folks. I mean, I am. You're actually quite well to do. But we just go over and say, hey, so, oh, how you doing? Any good action down the Hanging Lantern recently? And then it just like disgraces him in front of his friends. And it'll be funny. And we'll just fuck off.
Sure, let's go over.
Okay, yeah, you head over. You see that they're embroiled in a game containing dice and cards as well. You sort of see the roll in the centre, around where there's a small sort of pot of money, and then when the dice are rolled, then they start to lay down cards each, taking turns. As you approach, he sort of looks at you and he says, "Well, thank you for the drink." And you sort of see that he looks like he's had a few anyway.
Yeah, no problem. Room for a couple more at the table.
I wouldn't say at this one though, and he does look like it's a packed table, to be honest.
Come on, friend. Surely a drink, especially one as eclectic as that, buys my friend one round at the table.
We are in the middle of a game. I don't want to seem to seem rude here, but can I help you with anything?
Oh, it's just nice to see you a bit more jovial than last time we bumped into you.
Just make a perception check. You can both make it.
17.
5.
17. You can see that where he's got it's almost like a military uniform that he's wearing. It's sort of there's some sort of like regalia on it, almost like like the rope ties on the shoulders and what looks like almost like a ribbon sort of section on his tunic. And as he's sort of moving his hands and all that, he just sort of catches his lapel, and you see sort of just underneath, not like it's hiding, because you get the feeling that a lot of people sort of know who this guy is. But just as he moves the lapel, you can see that there is a silver harp.
Alright, okay.
So I didn't see that side. I'm not wiser.
I don't mean to be rude, and I do thank you for your drink. I can't remember your name to save my life, but we are having a game here, and we usually do at this time, and I would like to invite you in, but really,
Oh well, maybe next time, and if not, maybe see you at the lantern soon, eh?
he sort of puts his drink down and looks around at the group. No, you must have me. I don't know, confused with somebody else.
I don't think so. I'll start to walk away.
You can see that he looks pretty offended.
I'm okay with that. I'll head back over to Negan.
Okay.
I would just slink in Thurin's sort of that, yeah, I kind of just follow suit. I just think away.
Okay, yeah, you head back to Negan.
That guy's a douche.
Yeah, I can't really remember. It's just something about him.
Get any insight into him? See anything that jogs your memory?
No, but he did have an interesting pin on his lapel, silver
What?
harp.
Would I know what that was?
Roll a
Or would
history
Thorin
check.
do it like together or whatever?
No, roll a history check.
+2, 12.
12. Yeah, you know that's the sign of the Harpers, another faction within the city.
Oh. Oh really? Well, I think that's a faction in the sea. I think he's one of the Harpers. He's probably got him wrong. He's probably probably a good guy.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Yeah, you should be happy you bought him a drink.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have embarrassed him. I'll get just to apologise to him, I guess.
Why? Little?
I thought we all. Did we not know that yet? I thought we did.
I don't. Muchy, that been divulged? I don't think it has it?
Tavis knows.
Alright, and then I don't. I thought I knew at least one of us knew. So maybe
Tavis definitely knows. I'm not 100% sure if I've divulged it to everyone else.
Alright, well, scratch that then. I don't know. Saying things that I don't know.
Yeah, I think those guys are. I think those guys are pretty alright. Maybe send him another drink and let's call it quits. I tell you what, I'll send him another drink and we'll all call it quits. And I'll go to the bar and try and get a drink sent to that guy and try and kind of make eye contact and do a conciliatory gesture and then let's give our ball.
Yeah, for an ale, it's a few coppers.
Oh no, I'll go the extra mile and do the Equestria.
Yeah, okay,
That's what we can do.
that's 2 silvers, and yeah, showing the barmaid the table and the gentleman. She sort of nods straight away. She sort of recognises who you're on about and takes the 2 silvers off you and scurries over to hand him the drink.
I just mentioned, yeah, you got pretty good service. It seems like it's pretty well known here. Hopefully, any damage done has been repaired.
Yeah. I'm
Good
sure
luck on
he'll.
that. Good luck on that.
Sure he'll probably come find us when he wants to.
I mean, yeah, he's got that about him. But anyway, the information's gone up the chain, as it were, in terms of Force Grey and even, sorry, the Greyhounds and even Force Grey. So, yeah, I just hope you guys are all cool with that and figure like we're going up against some really influential people in the city who've made a deal with the devil, so we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, how are they gonna get back to us?
They're going to visit the manor. I told them where we were. To be fair, it's come from Maloon. Like, the first place they ever saw me was at the manor, so it's not like it's a secret sort of thing. So, yeah.
Are we ready to head back then?
I think so, unless there's anything else you need. I mean, it's getting on. Like
Yeah,
maybe a bit late to be shopping or anything. So.
Tavis invents the watch.
I'm pretty beat, to be honest.
Yeah, the sundial's not working.
Just get me that bottle again.
Yeah, I could do with do the rest. And thanks again for like fixing up the armor though. That's cool.
No problem. It's easy. You ready to go,
Just while
Negan?
we're out-
Yeah, I just finished the last bit of my drink. Tap the thing on the thing and say, "Yeah, let's go."
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Tavis?
Just on the way back, I was gonna kind of say, just talk to, just kind of see how Negan's feeling about Blackwood and stuff.
I'm feeling like what's happened was supposed to happen, and I'm feeling positive now that we're going to stop what they're going to try and do tomorrow as well. I
Like-
fully need to focus on that, getting some rest, and yeah, stop the Castellantas from doing what they're trying to do.
You seem like a man who gets what he wants.
I wouldn't say that. Fight for what I want, but
Fight. Fucking hard.
I just try and do right by my lord, and always keep his name going. So that's what I'm gonna do until my legs give out.
That's not your Lord Norrie, right? Is that did I hear you say that? Is that right? Have I got it right?
That's my lord, yeah.
Is that like a religion thing?
No. I very young. Dragonborns are put with a master, a lord, and they learn the ways through him.
So he was like your mentor sort of thing.
He was everything. He was father, mother, friend, teacher, everything.
Wow.
Meant a lot to a lot of Dragonborns, but a lot of those Dragonborns aren't here now.
And where is he now? Where is Norrie now?
Norie's looking down on me, pushing me
Okay.
along, guiding his will. I will. I've got more revenge to dish out before I'm finished. So I'll let my actions do the talking for the majority of it.
From what I have seen, I'm with you. I'm more than happy to help you however I can.
From what I've seen of you so far, I believe you. I think that's why you're still here with the team, with the people that we've put together through Troll Skull. Hopefully through this, we can keep it together.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. Why I'm still here is Isla. That guy's got serious game. I will follow him into to pretty much whatever he says.
We've been through some scrapes together, me and Isla, Thurin, and I hope it's more to come. I've lost people. I wouldn't want to lose anyone else, but say he's a good person to have by your side.
And I feel exactly the same way about you. Like that Blackwood, I had heard about the things in the Copper District. I've been hanging around there doing my thing. and knew he was responsible, bringing him to justice for whatever else happened beforehand. I'm happy you're on the right side of things. I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Tavis, and I know sometimes it may not look or seem like justice, but he deserved what he got, and his fate was already dealt. My hands just guided the blades to do it.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to the concept that the rule of law is an ass. As far as I can see, I'm aligned with you right now, and I'm happy that we've been moving forwards with this together.
Well, let's hope that can continue.
Yeah, good looking out.
As you finish off your conversation, you arrive back in Trollskull.
Walk in, folks still up and about.
Probably about
Does it
10
still
o'clock
smell?
now. It's got a whiff, yeah. Yeah, it's like burnt, like burnt wood on your clothes. It's just sort of clinging.
I just sort of shout at Morthos. Morthos, why is it smelling here still?
Smell in here before you decapitated that dick. It's always smell in here. How was your evening?
Worked out okay. Yeah, got the messages to the places we needed to get them. To be honest, I think it might be time we heard a bit more from you. You've been exposed to a lot of shit that's been going down that we've been involved with that you weren't previously privy to. How are you feeling? What brings you to Waterdeep? What? I know you've got the bounty. I know you've got this goal that you need to get. Fair dues, like I get that. But beyond that and before that, what are you thinking from the things that you've seen, the things that you've experienced with this group?
Well, seeing a Dragonborn decapitate someone.
His name's Negan. You know the guy's name.
My point was, seeing any Dragonborn decapitate somebody is very low down on my list of horrors that I've seen in my lifetime.
That been a long lifetime. I'm not a great judge of orcish age.
I'm about 34. Now I look older. What brought me to Waterdeep was wealth, adventure. I'm a bounty hunter by trade, an urban bounty hunter.
Are you here looking for someone in particular?
Not currently. And now, having been caught up with whatever this is that you guys are going through, I guess we are bound together, so to speak. I'll be honest, I'm not one for camaraderie. I prefer to act solo. That's how I like to work. I feel like I don't trust easily. I trust myself, and that's about as far as I'll go with that. However, whatever this is that you've got going on, I feel like I am in it with you now. And I feel like I've proved to you that I can be of use. And with that in mind, I'm happy to help out in any way I can moving forward, because I really do think you're going to need it. And whatever services I can provide, let's take these bastards down.
Yes, like you've seen everyone walking as well.
You and Isla get any? Did get up to much whilst we were gone?
We've been trying to come up with a plan. How we're going to ambush these guys, and we've come up with a few areas that perhaps we can work with. For example, City of the Dead. Obviously, it's very quiet at night. Perhaps could be an option. We could look potentially outside of the city, although that brings up certain issues in terms of actually getting there and luring our quarry out there. Great Harbour, obviously we all know, is a hive of secret activity and probably a little bit easier to access. Not sure if any of those particular areas look or sound like they hit the mark.
Well, in your opinion, Morthos is an urban bounty hunter. Which one would you use to ambush someone?
I think you've got to keep it simple. I think you've got to keep it close. So I would probably suggest the Great Harbour. I think we all know the area. It's not too far away. And it's probably easier to lure people down there. That would be my personal choice if I was doing this solo.
So maybe that's the way we lure the Castellances out there, is that we're at the harbour getting ready to take the money away on a ship.
I think that's as good as an idea as any at this stage, and I think we are lacking in concrete ideas.
No, that sounds sound. That makes sense. Is the harbour the same place that? What specific harbour did you say? Sorry.
The Great Harbour.
Great Harbour. Is that in the sea? Is that in the seaward? Is that where the Sea Maiden's Fair is as well?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, we went to pay a visit to Zord. There is an off chance it would be worth alerting him. Just, I don't know what he'd do about it. I don't know how he'd help. I don't know if he'd help.
That was going to be my question.
When you spoke to him,
What's
did
in
it
it for
sound
him?
like he needed any favours? Do you reckon we can do some work for Zord? Do you reckon we can make a deal with him?
What's in it for him? We've got a portable hole full of a shitload of gold. He was particularly interested in trying to make get himself a foothold kind of in the city.
Oh, we could
I don't
use
know.
that.
Yeah, if he helps the city, yeah. And he could just be kind of, whether we directly involve him or whether we just say, be on the lookout, and if the need be, you've got an opportunistic chance of just like diving in here.
I don't know. I think maybe.
But it involves involving another person.
Zord's dodgy, but in a good way. He's not the law. He's not part of the city. Having Zord a credible ship and crew.
Do you think you can trust this guy?
Personally, yes. He's shown me some things I think means that he sees an affiliation with me, but it might be more of a personal one than a group thing. He's out for himself and his group, his people, his
At the end of
bear.
the day, we had a lawman in this tavern not 4 hours ago, who didn't seem willing to do that much to help the city out, even if it's for personal or selfish gains. And I've got no issues making an allegiance with the sword. I think we can.
We could even just hold him there as like a.
Well, I think
he might be willing to just be our route out.
no. Well, this is what I mean. We've got the perfect cover of sending you in to try and draw the Castellantas out under the proviso that the gold's been found and that we're moving it away from Waterdeep. We've got Zord, who's got a ship, he's got a crew, who potentially, can give us a legitimate look of what it is and some legitimate support with the proviso. If he helps, then either Waterdeep might be able to reward him in some way, or through trade and our tavern, we can offer him some type of foothold in the city. In worst case scenario, is he'd spoken about going to Skullport, and maybe we can offer our services, rendered to, an eye for an eye. If he needs a favour, he needs some help doing something, maybe we can help him out with an issue that he's got. That'll help him elsewhere.
Could even
I'm happy.
say that we're transporting the money on Captain Zord's ship.
No, that is the plan.
So-
That would be it. We'd say we're moving it away. The name of the ship can be given.
Set the ambush there.
I mean, we're gonna have to offer something in return to Zord for that, because that's painting a big target on him.
Well, that's the conversation. We can offer him our services. We can offer him,
Okay, so
You
I
know,
spoke to Force Grey, the Greyhounds, Maloon, the whole hierarchy there. I've asked them to come here to discuss it further. They have more sway in the city than we do, by a long chalk. Maybe if we can talk to them, we can mention the fact that we have this contact in Zord and offer something a bit more concrete than, if you do this, maybe the city will look upon you kindly. We can kind of say, listen, we've got contacts in Force Grey, they can sort things out for you.
DM, did we know that Zord was Drow or not? Was it just Tavis that knows that they're Drow?
I think it was just Tavis.
Okay, cool. At the end of the day, people like Zords, they want to get on in life, and if that's even by others offering to do a job for him, or offering, use of the tavern real estate if he's looking to do some trade, if he's moving stuff to and from the city, maybe make it worthwhile if he can go and get some type of exotic foods, drinks, amenities that there's potentially the thing for trade. And worst case scenarios, we can just offer some of the money. But
Yeah, the money's a difficult one, isn't it? Because it's not ours to offer. And no one knows we have it at the moment.
no, people know that we have it. They definitely know that we have it. The Castellans know we have it. That's why they sent Blackwood here to find out where the fuck it was.
Sorry, officially, like, city people.
Well, we don't know that. If the Castellans know, there's every chance that someone in the city knows that we've got it. But if we're looking at targeting the Castellans to try and get some more information out of it, we've got the perfect reason to draw them out, the gold. We've got potentially an ally, a legitimate ship in place to draw them out to, which is, according to our bounty hunter here, the perfect place to do it. To me, it sounds like we've got everything that we need to execute this plan.
It's a pretty good plan. We just need to get Zord.
So what you knew about Zord was that he was trying to get membership for Luskan into the Alliance.
Well,
Yeah. So
potentially what
yeah.
happens with if we follow this plan with the Castellantes who are all lords, maybe we'll get some sway with the lords themselves. We can't guarantee it, but it's an option for him. He's a man who I'd imagine likes to gamble by the looks of it.
We've
So-
got Blackwood as well. Nobody knows what's happened to Blackwood. We could present Blackwood to Zord, and Zord could be the one who took him out.
Which, speaking with the Magister, seems like a terrible idea because the lords are massively protected in the city, so it would just put a bigger target and he'd probably never be allowed here again.
But he is known. He is known. He's like, we know that he's murdered. We feel that potentially think he's murdered Sildar, another lord.
Sildar is no
Yeah.
lord.
So a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah, but even still, when the Magistrat was here before, they made no inclination that that mattered. They said the lords are still protected regardless of what they've done. They've got a level of respect and protection in the city. And that whatever way we go about this, we've got to be careful doing it.
He was ready to arrest us earlier.
And by offering Zord a dead body to go, oh look here, I've got this dead body, throws him under the bus massively.
Okay.
I think first things first is have a conversation with Zord. See if if he's amenable to any of it. Does he need help? Like elsewhere, we can say we'll do what we can to get him into Luskan, into the Lord's Alliance, but we can't promise that. But maybe we can offer him a foothold into the city. If we follow this plot, we may get a little bit of sway, we may not. Need to just lay it to him straight. Potentially we can do a job for him.
Yeah.
Potentially, if we need to give him some of the gold, then we've got to give him some of the gold. There was a lot of gold left back at the lighthouse. We can offer him the location of it.
True. Yeah. Worth a negotiation.
It's like he seemed pretty friendly with you. So
Yeah.
maybe-
He was,
I don't think that gold's there anymore.
It probably isn't, but we don't know that. It could be.
no, it's not easy to access.
At the end of the day, we've got the perfect location. We've got the possibility of an ally with a ship that gives us a tangible cover, which if the Castellantes did any research on it before going, it would check out. And if we were seen to be in and around that ship, which we have been potentially already, if there's been a tail on us, then all the information would stack up.
Yeah, I think it's a solid plan.
So as plans go, harbour's a tick, get Zord on side, tick. Potentially we may have to do a job or two for him, or, try and get him a foothold in the city. I mean, hell, we've got a tavern. Alright,
Yeah.
we might sell food and drink, but that's a big place, we could sell more.
And if he, yeah, I feel like we can have this conversation, and
And,
I feel like it can go well.
And there is, it's not a lie to turn around and say we do have contacts that potentially, and that's all it is, potentially, could get him into a position of somewhat relative power.
Great.
Certainly give him a foothold.
Or what might be one of the first times ever, I feel like we have a tangible plan. I can't wait for this to go wrong.
Well,
Well,
we've got a bounty hunter, so
And we still need
Hopefully
to see
we can-
if Sildar's okay.
We'll have to do that in the morning. And
Yeah,
to be
let's
fair,
start that in the morning.
to be honest with you, this thing's going to be moving pretty quickly. It's probably what 11 o'clock-ish now, touching. If we need to get our heads down, get a rest, and we need to be up very early, 7 o'clock, and on the road, so that we can see Zord and try and get you, ideally, to the Castellantas by 11 o'clock. You know, thinking about what the party starts early afternoon, 2 o'clock. You know, we need to make sure that we've got all our plans in place and balls rolling, and hope to fuck that the Magistrar is going to stand by his word and try and actually get to that party and stop people from being poisoned.
This is a big day.
If we think we've got a plan, if we think this is the way that we want to go, then I think it's worth putting that in one of those paper birds, letting the Magistrar know that we've got something in place to try and stop what the plan is, but we're going to need their support to stop the poisoning of the people. We're not going to be able to be in two places at once. We need the city to stop the poisoning of the people of the party.
Well, I'll save the bird until we've spoken to Captain Zord. Captain Zord doesn't want anything to do with us then.
Yeah, well, we
Bit of
don't
a
know.
waste of time.
No, we don't need to mention names, but I think regardless, the harbour plan is the most solid. If we can get the ship and Zord, I think that's a bonus. And if not, then we'll just have to say, you know, that we're in the Great Harbour, and they're getting a ship at 9 o'clock, whatever time it is.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
To leave with the gold. Yeah.
the plan is the plan. The specifics we can sort out. But the Magistrar said if we're going to send a bird, we need to send it at night, and we need to send it with enough time for him to put in place his actions as well.
Alright then. Well,
Send it.
take
If we,
one of the
Unless-
mountain.
Unless anyone's got anything that they think we need to look at or amend, seems like the best plan.
let's just say, if we end up, if you come along, Thorin maybe in the ring, when I try and infiltrate the Castellantas' Blackwood, and you bring that necklace of fireballs, that's a hell of a lot of power right there. If we needed to make things, if we needed to destroy whatever that we thought their method of poison was, if we were able to figure that out, that would be a quick hit with a
Yeah.
lot of damage. We could seriously mess up their plans if it all goes wrong. Even if we don't succeed, or they see through the ruse, or they see through my disguise, we can still do something to impact this situation.
Yeah.
But if they do see through the ruse, or you haven't got a way of getting out of there, then we aren't anywhere near you to help you.
Well,
So like that needs to be the last port of call.
of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, fireballing their entire property is, yeah, but it still might be effective in preventing the poison.
Yeah, well that's where we need to try and put some faith in
The authorities.
the authorities, and equally if the Greyhounds come back, you know that they may have people who've infiltrated the Lord's Alliance or able to infiltrate the party, so maybe they can affect it from their end as well. I think the main thing is if we can try and draw the Castellantas and or a bulk of their guard away from the party, then we just need to make sure that we split the sending stones, so if they send their minions, then we can just split, tell Zord to drop anchor and go to sea so he's safe. We'll run past them basically and come back to the villa, so the villa's not protected as much. And in the event that the Castellantas do decide to come, then the plans work perfectly.
Yeah.
And then when they get there, we'll subdue them. We can take them onto the ship, and if needs be, we'll take them out to sea, so that they're not on home turf.
So the laws don't apply.
Correct. International waters.
International waters.
12 miles out.
I mean, it sounds like the best plan we've had all night.
It sounds like a plan. There's a lot of what ifs, but I think it's the best we've got right now.
Yeah, I think that the foundation is solid. What ifs around if we can get a ship, and what it's going to cost us to procure the services of Zord, his crew, and his ship as a cover, and potentially as some mercenary support.
I'm happy, if it comes to it, to pledge my allegiance to him for a while. I could join his crew. If it's going to get us out of this, if it's going to get us out of this, that's
Well,
what he
let's-
wanted me to do originally, so I'm happy to do that at least.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions. If we need to pledge to be on board a ship and go and do a job, that's fine. As for pledging a very long period of time, I don't think we need to do that. Let's just take it one step at a time. Don't go blurting that out.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was like, you come and join my ship and you're on my ship for the rest of your life. It was just like, you can be somebody who is.
Well, this seems like a solid plan from my perspective. However, Morphos, you're the man in the know. You've hunted people down for money. Does this plan sound feasible?
I think so. I think it's got all the ingredients for a fine hunt, and
I mean, it sounds like a human heist. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean everything, but that's just the way I like it. I think we know everything that could possibly go wrong, and I think that we stand to benefit from that knowledge.
I'll
And
say.
I think we're ready to do it.
I like it. So, general plan is we'll get up handy. We'll get
Super early. Pre-swim as well.
we'll get no swimming tomorrow. We'll get a carriage
There might be
over
some.
to Zord. Yeah, you'll get a carriage over to Zord, Tavis, and you're kind of like the key to this plan in many sense. We need your relationship with Zord. Morphos, we're gonna need your bounty planning.
Who's a smooth talker? Thorin, you fairly golden-tongued?
Tend to be.
So I'm not bad myself. I'd like to think I've got quite a way with words.
One of you come along. I think we should not, at this point, leave any man by themselves.
No, I wasn't planning on leaving anyone by themselves. I was actually thinking of all of us going to Zord in the morning.
Perfect. I thought you said
No, I think
misunderstood.
no, Tavis, you're the key to this plan. With the skill set that you've got, I think you've got a good relationship with Zord. You'll have to maybe you and Thorin do the speaking with him and try and sweet talk the deal out. I'll help if you want me to, as I've got such a way with people. Then me, Negan, and Morphos can make some plans with Zord and set the area up if we feel like that's going to be the way to go. And then you and Thorin can go back to the Castellan's villa, relay the message of us trying to leave with the gold on Zord's ship if he accepts that. If not, we'll just give, we'll find a different ship, get the name, and just give the name. And then, depending on whether the Castellan's themselves decide to come or they send their minions, we'll either line wait, and you can come with them, and then we'll snatch and grab, take them out to sea. If we can't get Sword's ship, then I'll work with Negan and Morphos and procuring passage out to sea.
We'll need to
I
think.
like it.
We'll need to think of a way of forcing the Castellantis to come themselves rather than sending people in their stead.
Well,
Just have to use the panic.
I think
Just have to use the
yeah,
fact that it's a panic.
it's the pressure. They're going now. We need to go. They're leaving. Da-da-da. Come on, let's go.
A bloodied, beat up Blackwood runs into the Castellantis home.
Yeah.
That's the best plan we've got. And if they don't take the bait, hopefully they'll send some of the security so that we can come back and do what we've got to do at their place. But we can talk about that in the carriage.
Yeah, perhaps we can have a carriage waiting outside, and
I get pre-book.
if you guys, and say to them along the lines of, if you guys come down to the docks and demand they stop with your power and superiority, I'm sure they'll listen to you.
I think that's about as solid as we can get. At dawn, we plan again.
Dawn, we initiate the plan.
Can't hear you, Paul.
He's a little bit muffled. As muted.
We will succeed.
Indeed. And with that, Frederick, tomorrow we will need breakfast to go. I don't know, maybe some liver and onion sandwiches. The smell of offal is.
He just gives you a nod. While you've been talking, he looks like he's been drying the same cup now for about 25 minutes. As you just talking away, he's just like in a bit of a loop. But he says, I'll have something ready. I'll be up early.
Thank you, Frederick, and sorry for putting you through that earlier.
Well, I've been through a lot this last couple of weeks.
Right, motherfuckers, I'm going to bed.
Might as well.
Was that Isla or Muchie?
I'm pretty sure that was Muchie. It could have been either.
I feel like it was in character.
And Isla goes to bed.
Yeah. With that, as you start to head off one by one, the plan nestled in your minds as you go to get your heads down and prepare for the morning. That's where we'll leave it for tonight. And finally, I have something to prep. Get in.